Very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the evening review. My name is Toivan Jabela. Tonight on the platform we are speaking to Borro Ndungula. He's Secretary General of the Ganja Users of Namibia, GUN, GAN if you like. And that is a body that is advocating for the legalization of the use of ganja in the country, and they had planned to have a demonstration very soon, but that has been denied. Borro is here to talk to us through that. Thank you for making time, sir. First and foremost,
yes, sir.
Ganja Users of Namibia implies
Yeah,
that a guy like yourself uses ganja.
obviously.
So,
And the usage of it is not only through smoking,
Yeah.
because some people, they don't just smoke it.
Yeah.
Some, they drink it, like green tea.
yeah,
Some, they use it as a spice
yeah.
in food.
I get it. We'll come to that, but
All right, yeah.
but the fact that you are users already.
Yes, yeah, you are using it, even though it's prohibited substance.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Namibia. Yeah.
Isn't that?
No, we are violating the law. We are well aware of it, and we are sorry, but we do so because this thing is, even though cannabis is a criminal offense to possess it or use it,
Yeah.
to us, we know the truth that the government is not telling us, and that it's a harmless substance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's even better, way better than cigarettes, way better than alcohol, way better than a lot of legal drugs that you find in pharmacies and shops.
Yeah. So do you rely on just not getting caught? Because obviously, if you are caught, there are serious. The president of your organization is in jail right now
Yes, yeah.
over that. So is it just a question of silent defiance, where you do your own things behind closed doors, or do you and do you now want to actually be able to do that freely? Is that the idea?
Yeah, the whole idea is to have it legalized. And we are asking for the legalization because we are seeing that the world has moved from the trend that it has been, whereby the world has believed that the usage of or possession of cannabis is something that has health effects, and it also makes other people to move on to other hardcore drugs, But there were any scientific evidence or any medical evidence that the world has been relying on. So as of 2020, they have done medical research, they have done a scientific experiment, and they have come to conclusion that whereas where they believed that the cannabis was a harmful substance, now they are coming to realize that cannabis is not as dangerous as they used to believe. In fact, it's harmless. And therefore, the United Nations, that is in control or in charge of all the drugs law that all other countries are following, has then appealed or requested the member countries that they should soften their stance on cannabis, meaning that countries such as Namibia that are having very obsolete and very strict drugs law should really relax on those laws and come up with laws that are moving into the direction of decriminalization. Because before you can come and talk of legalization, you need to come and talk of decriminalization. And you know what decriminalization means?
Yes.
It means we need to remove all criminality
Yes.
around possession and the use of cannabis. By it, we mean the government must stop arresting people that are on a charge or on trial for cannabis cases. Those charges must be stopped until the issue of decriminalization is addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the model societies that have successfully done what you are demanding, and somehow they're just thriving? Because we need evidence of that.
We can look at countries like Deutschland, Germany. We can look at also in countries like Holland. And now also we are looking at the biggest democracy, that is United States of America. So they are busy legalizing it. And mind you, the reason why cannabis is prohibited or criminalized is because of two countries, namely South Africa and United States of America. And that is way back in 1920.
Why was it?
It used to be free all those centuries.
Yeah.
But then in 1920, South Africa and United state has requested, that time there was no United Nations, there was a League of Nations. They requested the League of Nations that among the drugs that they want to be prohibited, they want also to include cannabis in it. You understand? Now when we are looking at the legalization fight to see which countries are trying to be the first in terms of its legalization.
Yeah.
The first and the second country that are in front of that fight is South Africa and United States of America. So what does it tell us? It means that these countries, they are taking us for one because they made us to criminalize something which was never criminal, which was good. And then all of a sudden they are leaving us behind here. And then they are busy rushing in legalization because of their understanding now there is a use, something in using this. So we are saying that we also need to see what others are doing and follow, because there is a good reason why they are doing what they were doing. Imagine something was very bad 50 years ago. All over the sudden, some people are now rushing to legalize it, to be ahead of the others. Yes.
No, yeah. I'm just on the phone because I'm trying to because I want to make sure that we have a meaningful conversation here. Yes. It's not a subject that I'm
well in. No, that's my specialty.
Yeah. So you know that you are Shivambo speaking yourself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
When people talk about Mapangwe,
yes,
it's like
exactly.
a very
something like
criminal and dangerous. Yeah, exactly.
They're like drugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that not Ingangamifi now?
No. Ingangamifi is drugs.
Yeah.
A pangwe is just misinterpretation of the correct word. The correct word is not a pangwe.
Yeah.
It's a pango. It's called a pango. And from a pango comes the medicine. It's also where the hospital is coming from.
Yeah.
But because of people not knowing what the correct word of it, they come out with a pangwe. But they want to mean a pango. A pango is a medicine. It means it's something else. So traditionally, before we were even introduced into these Western medicines, our only medicine that we knew at that time was only a pango. You understand? So when the Western introduce their medicine now to us, and they give us now because most of their medicine was having alcohol in it, whereas most of our medicine was having cannabis in it. So they took away our medicine from us, and then they introduced to us their medicine. It's also like they also have taken alcohol from us, because it's not to say it's them, the Europeans, who came to introduce to us into the art of making alcohol. No, they already found us. We're making our own versions of alcohol. What they just did, they just brought to us their things like beers and wines and whatever. You understand? And they took away what was ours. You see. So,
well, out of interest, Borro.
Yes.
When did you start using ganja, and how did you get into that space?
Yeah, no, I started using ganja at a very young age. I think at the age of 16, around Musakos. And how did I get into cannabis usage? Is because, well, when I was growing up, the guys around me, they were using it and they really loved it. And that's how I also got getting used to. Today was one drag, tomorrow 2 drags, and so forth.
Yeah.
Until I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Up to now, I also like it.
Would you call yourself an addict of the cannabis?
Yeah, I would call myself an addict, but there's no way that I abuse it. I use it responsibly, and I use it correctly.
Where do you get it from?
Well, it's available here everywhere. You can go to any corners of Windhoek. You can go to Klenko, because people will just think that it's available in Katutura. Because in Katutura, it's available everywhere. But surprisingly, it's also available in Klenkupe, Klenwindhoek. And if you want to see where cannabis is available, there is a commodity that is called, you know what is a Rizla?
No, not really.
A Rizla, it's a paper that is used to roll tobacco or cannabis. But it's selling, it's the fastest selling commodity. It's selling at service stations, it's selling at most of the shops, it's selling at the tax shops, it sells everywhere in Kadutura. And why is it selling? It's not because the tobacco sales are going up. No, it's because cannabis usage here in Namibia is way on the rise. As per United Nations statistics, they say that in 2011, the percentage of Namibians that were using cannabis was 5.7. That is 2011.
Yeah.
10 years later, that number might have doubled. So if we talk of 10% of Namibians using cannabis, so we are projecting that we are talking about over 200,000 people. And you believe me when I say it's 200,000, because when you see when the police are making arrests, they are not talking of cannabis of 1,000 or 2,000. These days, just cannabis because worth of millions. Yes, so it means that it's a lot of people now that are using this harmless substance.
Yeah, I mean, the harmless part is what I don't understand, because anything that we smoke ought to bring along some sort of damage, just depending on how much is the damage compared to the other substance and the other. So, I mean, even your normal cigarettes, the packet literally says smoking is dangerous. It's telling you that the packet itself.
No, Toivo, there you are very correct. In terms of using of cannabis, if you use it like most of the people, because the way they started using it, nobody educated them how to use it. Most of the people that I know here in Namibia, they are using cannabis together with alcohol, which is very harmful, or together with tobacco, which is more harmful, because it's like you are using the medicine, which is cannabis, together with tobacco or together with alcohol. So this, yes, believe me, this has some health damages that go with it. But if you are using it pure, like us, when we smoke it or when you put it in tea to drink it or use it as spice, we don't mix it with anything else. We just use it as pure as it is. So if you use it as pure as it is, in its pure form, and then it has no health impacts as people will have believed. But if you are using it and mixing it, which is very bad, and this is what we are now always educating our brothers and sisters who are using cannabis, that it's not good. You are mixing it with tobacco or with cigarettes. It's the wrong way of using it. Use it pure. Some understand, some they don't understand. So it's also many of the people that are using it now, they are using very bad cannabis. And also the other issue, most of the cannabis that you find here, most of it is coming from Lesotho, Swaziland, South Africa, and some of it from Angola. So this cannabis that is coming from those countries, it's not even the best of the best. These people, they are sending us what they are throwing away, what they do not want. So in absence of our people growing on their cannabis, so what they are smoking here, it's what I can call whack cannabis, which is not even fit for human consumption to use.
Which country supplies the best ganja?
Swaziland. Even my dream is to go to stay in Swaziland. They got the best, because it's even making it in Europe. The Europeans are coming here only looking for Swazi gold, Swazi skunk, because the Swazis, for some unknown reasons, have really mastered the cultivation of the best cannabis in Africa, or per se in SADC.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go for a very short break, and then we return with Borro Ndungula.
As the holiday season draws near, ShopRite and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. Welcome at Santa's Wishlist. Follow the instructions to submit your drawing and letter to Santa. Step 1. Start by drawing a picture for Santa. And when you're done, just jot down a few details about yourself right next to it. Step 2. Scan the QR code and it will open up WhatsApp with a little message that says #ShopRiteSanta. Just send that message to Santa. Or if you like, you can also type #ShopRiteSanta into WhatsApp and send it to the number as indicated. Step 3. Follow the simple steps in the chatbot and submit your name and age, and most excitingly, the present you've picked from the list. Don't forget to include your physical address so Santa can find his way to you. Step 4. Once you've completed the previous steps, snap a photo of your drawing and your letter to Santa to submit your entry.
Now, remember, I'm looking forward to all the wonderful drawings and letters you'll be sending my way. See you soon, and keep spreading that holiday cheer. Ho, ho, ho! ShopRite Namibia and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. This festive season, I've got a very special surprise just for you. My magical elves will be delivering gifts straight to your doorsteps. Grab your crayons or pencils and draw me a picture. Simply save the number on your phone and follow the on-screen prompts.
Our conversation with Borro Ndungula from the Ganja Users Association of Ganja Users of Namibia is in the building, and we just want to again unpack. So, can you just give me, Mr. Ndungula, a picture of a society, a Namibian society in particular, where weed is legalized? In South Africa, for example, they have approved the use of the cultivation and possession of weed for personal use. I'm asking you this question because when you go to social places in our country, you see young people, what is it called, hubbly?
Yeah, hubbly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are busy hubbling.
Yeah. Can you imagine if if weed was legal, that in every of those pots that they are using, or whatever they are called, those cylinders,
yes,
that is actually weed that is likely to be there? And is that a good thing?
Yeah, no. If weed is legalized, before we we need to give people education.
Yeah, that's what.
Because
okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Mixing wheat with hubbly is as dangerous as mixing wheat with tobacco or mixing wheat with cigarettes or alcohol. Yeah. So ours would be always educating people and to tell them that yes, if you smoke weed on that pipe, weed alone, there's no health problem. The only problem would be when you put a hubbly, these things for hubbly in it. That's the only problem.
So you mean to tell me, Mr. Ndungula, that the entire world, throughout history, with all its experts, medical experts, scientists, and everybody, you mean to tell me that the world is just wrong, the entire world, and the likes of Mr. Ndungula here are the ones that are right insofar as the dangers of weed is concerned?
Unfortunately, that is the case. Because for so many years, the governments have been lying to their citizens for their own reasons. Why? Because, like I said at the beginning, many people, when you ask them about the cannabis, they only know the part of smoking of it. They don't know other uses and benefits that comes from cannabis. You understand? Or the hemp, the sister product of it. If I tell you that you can get paper, you can get shoes, you can get material, you can get clothing, you can get even bricks out of cannabis, even as far as petrol. If you go on Google, you can find out that there's more than maybe even 5,000 products that can come out from cannabis. So us knowing this knowledge, we have been always knowing that what the government is feeding us, whereby they are telling us that the reason why cannabis is prohibited is because it's making people crazy, it's because it's having health, what. We already came to realize that is a lie that the government is telling us. We knew about the goods and the benefits and the uses of cannabis. And us now who know this is not what you are trying now to teach to our people who are here stubborn to know or to believe that what they used to believe about cannabis as being a very, very dangerous substance, in fact, it's a harmless substance that is having a lot of benefits that can help us in producing our own medicine, that can also help us agriculturally for the construction. It's bricks that are coming from hemp. They are the hardest and the best in terms of construction business. The ropes that comes from hemp is the strongest. Even this clothing that comes from hemp is better than the hemp that than the clothing that we are using from China. So there are a lot of uses and benefit that goes with it, but due to the fact that the government has been misleading for their own reasons, their own citizens, we have reached now the point where we are now. But those that are now realizing the mistake that has been there, they are now trying to fast forward, so they can change and benefit from the benefits that comes with the cannabis.
You spoke about your addiction and also the fact that you started taking weed at the age of 16.
Yes.
I mean, that is not what we want. We don't want 16-year-olds starting these things, because because for me, my fear is that once you legalize this thing, the controls there too are the most difficult part, because children are already in schools right now. There are so many times that young children in school are caught with some of these things already. So imagine now if they had the freedom to do that. That would be...
No, that freedom cannot be there, because once it is legalized, it means that it will be regulated by the government. The same laws that are applicable to the people that are selling cigarettes, that a cigarette cannot be sold to somebody that is under the age of 16, same laws will also be applicable to the children.
But that is where the problem is, because we have those laws, yet very young children, the age of 14, are found drinking.
Yeah, all the laws are made not to be broken, but eventually you always find people who like breaking the laws. That's nothing you can do. But at least what you can do is just to punish them once they break that law.
Yeah, so, okay. So what are you proposing, just for the person who's listening to you for the first time, like myself? I know that you've been to this show before that, but it's not me that you spoke to.
Yes.
What are you proposing exactly as far as the use of ganja is concerned? Are you just saying free, legalize it, man, that's it? Or?
No, it's not just about legalizing it, man, because now a lot of people, when they see us asking for legalization or asking for the decriminalization, they're asking, or they are thinking that maybe we want it because we want to be smoking every day, No, it's not about it. We are not asking for it to be legalized so that we can smoke. We are smoking every day, my brother.
Well, as you had...
Even before I came here 30 minutes ago, we are smoking every day, my brother. What we are asking for it to be legalized for the medicinal purposes, because we know it's a medicine. We are asking for it to be legalized for the industrial purposes and construction purpose, so that we can, because we are already having the issue of the housing crisis here, because of the construction materials, the bricks, the cement, they're expensive. So if we use that from cannabis, it's way too cheap. So we are going to benefit. And what you are telling you is that once we legalize cannabis in Namibia, we are going to bring billions of dollars into the Namibian economy. We are going to help grow the Namibian economy, because what you must understand that in as much as all of the countries, they want to cultivate cannabis, some of them, because of their weather, especially those Europeans, they cannot grow that cannabis. But Namibia is having one of the best conditions for that industry of cannabis cultivation. This is why now I hear from I don't know whether it's true, you journalists, you need to investigate, but I hear there is a certain Canadian company, a RIN or whatever they are called, that is growing cannabis for exporting to Canada, where that country is not strict on that. You understand? So...
And I hear you. I hear you. Okay. The president of your organization,
yes,
Brian Jafta,
yes,
is in jail.
Yes.
What happened there?
No, you see, he was found guilty for possession of cannabis. And in terms of the law says that if you are found with more than 115 grams of cannabis, then you are charged for dealing. If you are found for less than 115 grams, then you are charged for possession. You understand? Now, in terms of the law, if you are found guilty for possession, when you are found guilty, there's always option of a fine. Doesn't matter whether, as long as it's possession, there will always be option of a fine. But now what's funny it is that when you are found guilty for cannabis, by law, you are supposed to have option of a fine if it's first-time offense. But if you are having maybe a previous criminal record, then that can be used against you to deny you that option of a fine. And then what's going to happen is that then they will sentence you. But what you must understand about our law, because it's called Act 41 of 1971, that is the drug law that we are using. And that drug law is from 1971. And according to that drug law, when it was enacted in 1971, and it was one of those apartheid era laws that were specifically enacted to target the oppressed black people. So now, under that law, there is a section that if, for instance, the police, they find cannabis in your car or in your house, that law gives police too much power that they must confiscate your car or your house if the cannabis that was found to be there, it's more than 115 grams. You understand? So in Brian Jafta case, what happened is that he was arrested with cannabis, which was not even amounting to dealing, because it is 92 grams. So 92 grams, it was supposed to be a possession case. But I understand the police, they testified that they called him for him to deliver a parcel to them. And they used a system that they call entrapment. So I don't know if there was a proof of money or if there was a proof of dealing, but according to what I hear in court, they say that he was dealing. So even though by law he's not found with the amount that is supposed to mean that it's possession, but because there were evidence from the police that said he was dealing, so based on that, they found him guilty. And and what's strange is that now we are applying the law to say the accused has been found guilty, he's having a car, and the car is 200,000. So it means the law allows the state to steal properties from people like that. This is why now our associations, we are calling that drug law, Act 41 of 1971, needs to be amended, because the way that the police are enforcing it, it's still the way it is in 1971. Ever since it was enacted in 1971, there's no changes in it. So the police are enforcing it as it is. Because that law also, like I said, is a loss from apartheid era. There is a section in that law that gives the police power to come to search our houses without a search warrant. Whereas it's the Namibian Constitution, Article 16, right to privacy, it says that the only time the state can come search our houses is only if there is a threat to national security. Now, the Act 41 of 19, the criminal procedure in that law, Act 41 of 91, is giving police power to say, don't mind what the Namibian Constitution says. Here we give you another law, and this law here we empower you to go to search those people's houses without a search warrant. That's why you see that most of the time when police are coming to search people's houses for drugs, they do so without a search warrant, because that law is giving that power to do. But if it means it's about another offenses, they are using the Constitution, so they are applying whereby they come to your house with a search warrant to search your house.
Double standards, basically, yes.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. We have 30 seconds left.
All right.
So you said that you had applied to...
for the Ganja March.
Yeah, for the Ganja March.
Yes.
That was supposed to be on the 10th of December.
Yeah, which is still, we are still fighting to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the aim of the march, and how did the police respond to your request?
You see, the march is about the human rights. We are trying to sensitize the violation of human rights of cannabis users by the police, and the idea was to hold the march on the 10th, but according to the police, because we submitted our march request in July already, but then the police only responded on Friday. They called me, they said, Mr. Ndungula, you must come find your letter. They give me this big envelope in it, which that document was. And according to that document says that they are rejecting our march. And okay, rejection is not a problem, because I thought maybe they will reject it because they were fearing people might be smoking or misbehaving. That no, what was problem about them rejecting our march, it was because we were inviting South Africans and we were inviting Europeans. And what was very sad enough about it and very embarrassing is the author of that letter said that these people are not welcome to attend the march because they are the threat to the state security of Namibia. And then the police, they told me that come Monday, which was yesterday, and then they said, no, you need to reapply But when you reapply, you are not inviting foreigners. And we're like, we are objecting and rejecting it because it's our democratic right in terms of Article 21 of Namibian Constitution, 1D, to gather peacefully. So we decided, no, we are going to challenge Inspector General's decision to object to us having a match. And I even took the matter to the office of the Ombudsman because the content of the letter is very threatening and is very, very embarrassing Namibia. You understand? So I asked the Ombudsman to have a look at that matter. But in the meantime, I've also asked the office of the Inspector General to say that I give them 3 days to apologize because this letter is very embarrassing. Okay. I give them 3 days to apologize to Ghana, to RAF, to the South Africans, and the European Union. And if they refuse to apologize, what I've decided, I'm going to write a letter to the office of the president, whereby I'm going to request that the president remove Minister of Home Affairs, under whose leadership the office of the Inspector General is falling. And also, I will also request or ask the president that he remove the Inspector General because the remarks he made, they are endangering the lives of the Namibians who are there in European countries, because he's implying to say that the Europeans and South Africans, they are the generals. So I have my sister who is studying or working in Europe. So now, if they hear what our police chief is saying, that as much as they think that they are peaceful, he is saying that they are very dangerous, so they will not gonna like it. And what is very disappointing, about a week ago, our chief was in Europe.
We've run out of time. You've made your point, Mr. Ndungula.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Yeah, wonderful. That is Borro Ndungula. He is Secretary General of the Namibia, Ganja Users of Namibia, GAN, and he is talking about what he says is a non-threatening use of ganja in the country, and they are trying to have a march in December, but there are obstacles with the police. Thank you for watching.